Hi guys, how are you? Good morning. So someone had commented on my Sunday service video and they asked me if I was able to do sort of like a midweek service. And it was something that I was actually kind of thinking about, and I didn't want it to be like a full service like we do on Sundays, but I thought like a little midweek motivation might be a cool little addition, because I think that we all need that, especially on like a hump day sort of thing, right? So I was kind of flipping through my book last night and I came across Mark 24:45. We're obviously we're knee deep in the book of Mark right now. And it's the story of the faithful and the unfaithful slave. Now, the story in and of itself is low-key, is like kind of brutal. Like, it's kind of a brutal story. However, it really brought up this interesting lesson about delays and what we do when we feel like we're in a season of delay, or when we feel like nothing's happening, or it's like we have all these goals or these dreams, these ambitions, these manifestations, and like nothing is coming in. And I have been through so many seasons of disappointment, because sometimes, you know, you listen to a prophetic word, you watch a tarot reader, you see a collective, message on TikTok, and it's talking about your abundance and your this and your manifestations, and it's all coming in, and you're looking around and you're going, well, I don't see it. I don't see anything happening. And I've had many times where I've kind of been really frustrated and kind of looked up to the sky and been like, you know what, I'm not doing another damn thing until one of my manifestations shows up. Like, I'm sick of this shit. Like, I've done it. I have been there. I've been there. And so the moral of the story is that there was this master, right? And he was going to go away on a trip for a while. And so he had put someone in particular in charge. And he told him, he's like, when I get back, like, I'm going to promote you. Like, I'm going to give you a lot of stuff. Like, you're going to be rewarded for the work that you do when I'm gone. So he goes off, and eventually he's gone for so long that the guy doesn't think like the master is ever going to come back home. He's like, my master is far delayed. He's like, I don't know what's happening. He ain't here. I'm not getting my spoils. I don't know what's happening. I'm frustrated. I'm not doing another damn thing. But the thing is that nobody really knows like when the master is going to come back. So he comes back on a day that is entirely unexpected. And he looks around and he realizes that the guy he put in charge didn't do shit. Like, he didn't do anything. Like, everything went to ruin. It's like everyone that he was supposed to take care of, all of his duties, his responsibilities, his obligations, nada. Nothing got done. And he looked at him and he's like, you know what? You are a hypocrite. You are an absolute hypocrite. Like, I told you I was coming back. Like, I told you I was going to do something for you. I gave you like charge over something. I gave you a responsibility. I gave you a talent. I gave you a skill. And you didn't look over it. You didn't take care of it. Why would you do that? Like, you know me, right? And so he ends up throwing him like in a pile of hypocrites and basically like cast this guy out. And I think sometimes we forget that it's like God, the universe, your ancestors, it's like they see everything. And so sometimes we look around and we don't feel like we have a lot to work with, right? It's like, maybe you know nothing but, painful love. Maybe you're trying to start a business with $50 in your pocket. Like, maybe you want to be an artist or a singer, or you want to go to school, or whatever it is for you. You're waiting on something. Everyone is waiting on something. Everyone's got prayers. Everyone's got petitions. Everyone's got bay leaves and manifestations. Everyone's waiting on something, right? And when nothing seems to be happening, we get so frustrated that sometimes we really fall off of our responsibilities and our obligations and like the territory that we have, right? Because it doesn't seem like anything's coming in. And in those moments, like, you don't know when your time is coming. Like, you don't know when your season is. When it's your time, baby, it's your time. When it's your season for promotion, when it's your season to level up, like, there is not a man, there is not a astrological transit, there is not a pandemic, there is nothing that can stop it. If it's your time to come up, it's your time to come up. And so in those moments of delay, and it's so frustrating, I feel like the divine is really asking us to like check in on ourselves and go, okay, I know you're frustrated. I know it seems like there's a big delay. I know it seems like nothing's happening, but what are you doing in this time? Maybe you don't feel like you have a lot, but you have a little. Are you able to take that little and make it something more, right? I gave you a skill. I gave you a task. I gave you even just raw talent. Like, some of you have giftings and you have a grace over your life in a certain area, over a certain gift, a certain talent, a certain ability, a certain skill that other people don't have, right? I'm very gifted in like the spiritual arts, right? And intuition and magic and stuff like that. Not everybody has that, right? I can barely put two numbers together and equate those bitches out. But like when it comes to spirit, like I speak the language. But there are giftings in other areas that like I was just not graced with. I just truly was not. And you may have gracings in other areas that no one else around you has. And so if you are in a period of delay, think about what talents you have. Think about what raw ability you have. Think about like what you were given or tasked to look over, and ask yourself if like you've been maintaining those responsibilities. Wow, I don't know if you can see it. There's a lady walking down the street and the back of her t-shirt says keep getting better. Wow, that's perfect. See, it's like if you don't feel like you have a lot, you don't have a lot to work with, but even if you have a little, like, are you still getting better at that little that you have? Are you able to build upon it? Are you being innovative? Are you taking that time that seems like a delay, and are you learning something new, right? Are you freshening up your skills? Is the quality of your work improving? Is your faith getting stronger? Is your belief in yourself getting stronger? Like, what are you doing during this time, right? Are you using your time properly? Are you using it usefully? And this isn't like an invitation to burn yourself out. This isn't an invitation to get hyper competitive. It's not an invitation to get in your ego. Like, it's not what it is. What it is, it's just a question just to ask yourself, like, if you're very frustrated with the delays and you feel like putting all your work down until you see something, the question is, it's like, have you been learning something? Have you been deconstructing something? Are you becoming better at what you do? Are you able to take a little bit and make it bigger? So that way, like when that season comes, when the time comes, you have the ability to look at all of creation and go, you know what? You didn't give me a lot to work with, but look what I made out of it. Like, I made something really cool. Like, I got really creative. I got really innovative. Necessity is the mother of invention. And like, look what I was able to do. And the universe, the creator, God, your ancestors, your spirit team get to go, good for you. That's exactly what we wanted to see. And boom, you're ready for promotion. And there you go. Here are your spoils of war. Like, here are the fruits of your labors. Like, here is what we promised you. We told you it was going to come, right? But we also wanted to see if we could trust you with a little. And turns out we can. So now we can trust you with much more. Here's your expansion, right? And so it's a little bit of like a hard message in a sense, because, you know, some of us, we got to kind of look back in and really ask ourselves and be honest with ourselves. Like, am I using this period of delay, and am I using it to kind of feel sorry for myself? Because I have done it. I felt so sorry for myself sometimes. And I had to have like a few slices of humble pie and go, no, you know what? I need to be studying. I need to be researching. I need to be figuring out a different way to do my work that is more efficient. It's more effective. It's got more heart in it. Like, I need to get creative right now. Like, and there's something that's really empowering when you take accountability for ways in which you could be moving more effectively or in more of a healthy way or more of a productive way for yourself. It's really empowering, because you realize like, oh, maybe I'm not moving the way I should. Then that means you have every ability to move the way that would benefit you better, that would be for your highest good. And I was coming out here to do this message, and I saw this little feather on the walkway, like right as I came out. And I thought that was like a really beautiful sign. And it's a gray feather, right? And gray for me talks a lot about being neutral. Things aren't always so black and white. It's not that it's here or it's not coming at all. Sometimes it's, yeah, but maybe it's on a little bit of delay. And sometimes that delay can have to do with what we're doing with that time when we're waiting, right? It's seasons of waiting are really just seasons of preparing. So if you're feeling frustrated, I get it. I totally get it. I've been there 1,000,001 times, but it's just a bit of motivation. It's just a bit of encouragement to ask yourself how you're using this time during your delay. Are you using it to the best of your ability, right? And if you're not, that's okay. That's okay, because every day is a new day, and every day we get to pick back up and we get to try again. Try a little bit differently. Pivot, right? Pivot. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I hope that this was motivating. And I hope it was really encouraging to you. And again, I understand how difficult those seasons of delay can be, but I just want to encourage you that eventually your time will come. There's a time for every season, and your time will come. So in the in-between, make sure that you're making good with what you have, even if it doesn't feel like a lot, because sooner or later, it will become more. Very good? Very good. So that's what I have for you today. I love you all very much, and I will see you later. Goodbye.